Hawksbee and Jacobs here on talkSPORT. That's Olly Murs, and this is a new single, Dance With Me Tonight. Olly's with us in the studio. Good to see Olly.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, lovely to have you back.
Great to be back. Thank you for having me.
Bit of a Jackie Wilson thing going on there.
Yeah, it's a bit old school, definitely.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something different with a new single, because I did Heart Skips a Beat, which is the first single. I wanted to do something different, a bit old school. I love that vibe. I love that song. I love them old school songs that you can get up and have a little dance to and shake them hips to. My nan and granddad love it. It's their favourite song ever.
Beautiful.
But no, I'm really happy it's out at the moment, and it's doing really well. It's at #1 currently, so fingers crossed it stays there till Sunday.
When you do something like X Factor, I mean, you're kind of exposed to different sorts of music. I mean, did it kind of get you into things, but having to sing songs that maybe you wouldn't have done? Did you find yourself listening to music that you wouldn't have done?
Definitely. I think when I first did the X Factor, I didn't really know who I was as an artist. I knew I love music. I love all kinds of music. But when you're an artist, I mean, the thing about me is I love Coldplay and I love, say music like that, but I couldn't necessarily as an artist do that kind of music, do you know what I mean? But you kind of find yourself as an artist, and I sort of found that reggae kind of vibe, and obviously on the show I did a lot of old school retro songs, a bit like what Marcus is doing this year actually. I did a lot of I did Beatles, I did Twist and Shout, and I did a Tina Turner classic of Fall in Love, and I did all these other ones, and Superstition, Stevie Wonder. So yeah, that old school sort of element's always been there really. So when I did the album this time around, the second album, I just thought, well, I might throw that little bit in there, and when we did Dance With Me Tonight, instantly we thought this could do well. So
yeah. The second album, is it kind of different, would you say, from the first?
Yeah, I hate when people say, oh yeah, it's like it's more mature, it's a year on. It's like I've not changed in a year. I'm still myself. I literally just I went into the studio, just started to write some songs and go a bit creative and be different. And I think I'm just more experienced and. I just knew what I wanted to put down on paper, really, and yeah, really happy with it. It's really cool, and I'm liking the whole style of the album. I've still got my reggae influences on there, I've still got my pop songs on there, and I've still got this kind of new old school vibe on there as well. So a bit of mixture of everything, really.
It has been an amazing year, and a double platinum record. Is that the same as it's always been, the figures? Because sometimes they adjust them, don't they?
Definitely is, yeah. I mean, you have to get to, I think it's 600,000 is double platinum.
Wow.
And so that really chuffed with the first album. But yeah, it all comes down to figures at the end of the day. It's like anything. It's like being a goal scorer for Chelsea, Torres. You have to score the goals to be worth, if you're not going to score the goals, and they end up getting rid of you. It's almost like, so being in Sony, if you release an album and it doesn't do well, that's it. You have to really work hard.
Sony haven't paid 50 million for
it's true. That's a bit different. Yeah, I wish I was getting his salary as well.
Torres is definitely not going double platinum. I
know you'll be pleased with double figures this season. Double platinum.
Be pleased with getting on the pitch.
And you're touring as well, Olly?
Yeah, I've got a tour next year. Obviously the album comes out on Monday. I've got a tour next year, which is February to March. We're doing all the arenas, which is incredible. Doing 18 dates. So I'll give you guys a couple of tickets if you fancy it.
Are we playing Wembley, I see?
Yeah, we're doing Wembley.
At the O2?
We're doing 2 dates at the O2 because we just sold one out, which is incredible. So, but yeah, no, I'm buzzing on it. I can't wait to get out there and perform. And the live shows are the best thing. The arena tours, and go and see the fans up and down the country and see the people that really support you and buy your records. It's incredible.
It's funny, isn't it, how X Factor has worked, not just for the winners or the runners up, but it works for some people, doesn't work for other people. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Do you know what? I think it's just luck, really. I think I came in at a good time. I don't think there was many male artists out at that time. I was lucky with my first record. I wrote it with these guys, Please Let Me Go, and it just became a hit. And I think people have taken a shine to me, really. And I'm glad, because if people can, like you say, easily come in and out of this industry in music, and people 1 minute really liked, the next minute they're not. So I'm lucky, really, especially coming from the X Factor. Male artists never normally do well. I mean, even the winners don't do well. So I'm really chuffed. I'm just glad people like my music, really. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't think it comes down to it comes down to personality and an individual. But sometimes you hear a song, you don't even know who it is. I mean, I buy records sometimes and go, God, that's an amazing song. You never know who the artist is. You just love the voice, love the song, love the production, and you buy into it. And I think it all comes down to good songs at the end of the day. And hopefully my songs have been pretty decent.
You've been working on this series as well, haven't you? Not on the ITV too.
Yeah.
I mean, live telly's difficult, but you say it's been an education for you.
Well, it's I suppose the same as you guys. You live and you're doing these shows. It's really difficult. I mean, I've really because I'm normally the one that answers the questions and never the one to give the questions out. So it's very difficult, and I've found it hard. But I've got a great co-host with me, and Caroline Flack. She's brilliant, and we work so well together. And we really sit there, we get down to the X Factor studio really early on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we sit there and we prep the show, and we really go through the rehearsals, and we really get into it. We like fans at home, we love watching the show, and it's again been one of them interesting years on the X Factor. I mean, everyone has an opinion on it. It's incredible.
Interesting, that's right.
It's been very interesting. It's probably been the most controversial year I've ever seen in my life. It's so much going on, and for us as the spin-off show on ITV2, we're getting so much, gossip and backstage stuff, and it's
I imagine the figures have been good as well, haven't they? Because people have been. There's been so much going on during the shows. People have been switching over and watching.
Well, we had Gaga run on. Lady Gaga come running on our show. She just saw Kitty get booted off, and she ran on the show. We were just like, oh my god, this is incredible. That would never normally happen. So yeah, we're getting great figures, and Simon's really happy, which is a bonus. If he
is he coming back?
I'd love to see Simon come back. I don't know if he'll be
back. He should come back for the live final.
I'd like to see him come back and say...
It's a bit like Glenn Hoddle picking himself on the bench for a cup final. You can't just come back for the final,
for the final.
You can't do that.
But it'd be good to see him come back on the show. He's obviously been part of it for so many years, but he's doing the US one, so I don't know if he's going to drop in. But I haven't seen him since I've been down there yet. Every time he's been down, I've missed him. So
he is a bit irreplaceable, a bit like Sir Alex Ferguson.
Oh,
really.
He is incredible.
He is. He is irreplaceable.
The funny thing is I don't know if the show would have been as controversial this year if Simon would have been here. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's the Sir Alex thing, and the man then sort of, because he is the boss. I mean, he is at the top of the tree at the X Factor, and when he's down at the studio, don't matter where you are, you could be over the other side of the building, you can just think, oh god, he's here. You know what I mean? If I do something wrong, and I just maybe this year because he's not around, everyone's like, there's
party time.
Poppers out.
It could be.
And you've got a football DVD out as well for Christmas.
Yeah, I've got it's called The 7 Deadly Sins of Football, and it covers the deadly sins, of course, and basically it does. Was it wrath, greed? I always get it wrong. Sloth.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Lust. Greed, lust, is envy, gluttony.
That's gluttony.
Gluttony.
So we cover all aspects of it, and
pride, of course.
Pride.
Ugo on the deck seems to know them all. He's obviously gone through the card.
Envy is just a picture of me watching Spurs last night.
But it's a really cool DVD. I mean, they approached me to do it and said, we've had a lot of ex-pros do this sort of thing before. We've never had a singer do it. But, we know that you're a massive football fan. People know you're a massive football fan. Would you want to do it? I said, yeah, it'd be really cool. I mean, amazing to get a football DVD. And the last one I ever bought was Great Balls of Fire, which Vinnie Jones did years and years ago. Yeah. Brilliant. me and my brother watched it all Christmas. We just couldn't.
They are great for Christmas, aren't they?
And so they come and approach me, and we've got sort of footage from old school stuff on there. We've got a lot of the new stuff. We've got Wayne Rooney's overhead kick against City on there. We've got so many, because obviously, unfortunately, you can't get this year's footage yet, which is a shame because there's been some great stuff this year, but it's literally all of, pretty much right up till last season, so it's really good. I really enjoyed doing it.
Do you get a bit nervous about City as you're a Manchester United fan at the moment?
Do you know, I had to take my hat off to him, to be honest. I thought when we got into that City game, I looked at their fixtures before us, and I thought, to be fair, they haven't really played anyone yet. They've played some decent sides, but they haven't played any of the top four. I mean, I know they played Spurs, but that was when they were going through their sort of iffy period. Yeah. So I thought, going into that game, I felt confident. I felt, we could do well. And it was just one of them games. We were 1-0. It was even at half time. I thought we were in 1-0. We've come back against City before, obviously the Community Shield and stuff like that. So I thought, I'm not too fussed here. But then when we lost, Johnny Evans pretty much a minute into the second half.
Yeah.
I even still felt then, going down to 10 men, I thought, we could possibly still go on. And it just, when you're playing against a team like City with the players they've got going forward, I mean, it was always going to be tough. And I know, and look at the way we play, and Sir Alex, and the way he sets our team out, it's always going to be attacking. And it was always going to be whether we're going to lose 1-0 or 2-0, or we're going to lose 6-1. You know what I mean? It was that, and we went for it, and you can't blame the players for that. I just think it was 6-1 is just a a bit hard
what
to
he's
take.
Done since,
the reaction is all
everything
important,
about Sir Alex. Everything.
Oh, incredible! I mean, we've just gone. I mean,
4 or 5 1-0s.
We're just grinding results, and I think I think it's still dented our confidence. I don't think we're quite there yet, but that's what makes a championship team. I mean, I remember last year we did the same. I mean, we had one of them years last year where we wasn't. I don't think we played one amazing game of football. I think right near the end we played against Chelsea. I think it was when Hernandez scored. I think in Park. I think or Vidic. I think. We were just so steady throughout the season. We lost some big games, but we still were steady. And I think, this City game, I mean, the thing about it is if they go and lose against Liverpool at the weekend and we win, we're back to where we was before.
They'll beat
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't see them losing again this season,
I
can't.
You? I think they're really terrific. They remind me so much of Chelsea under Mourinho. They've just got very good goalkeeper, very good at the back.
They've really impressed me.
2 players for every position.
Yeah, very powerful.
What I don't want to do. What I don't want to do is what the English press do, and everyone talks about David Silva, and he's an amazing talent. He's one of the best players. But I just don't like it's all like he's the best player in the world. It's like let's just let him play and let him blossom. He's a great player. Let's not try and over, like Gareth Bale last year, we all said what a great player he was in a couple of games. All of a sudden, he was the best player in the world, and now it's like when he does a couple of bad games, he's not as good as we thought. It's like, why build these players up?
He looked pretty good to me last night.
Yeah, but I mean, but Gareth Bale's amazing, but I hate when we build these players up. We just let them play.
He did one. I forgot to talk about this. He did one thing last night where he meant to pass it to Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart was fouled. And then he just sort of sprinted onto, so he basically, in effect, passed to himself about a 15-year-old. It was incredible. And then got the crosses.
But no, it's an exciting season. I'm looking forward to what happens in, I love it when it gets just the end of Christmas and the January window hits in.
Yeah.
The sort of buyers come out. Harry will go in the market and buy a few players. I'm hoping Sir Alex will do it. I'm hoping, Alex will go out and buy a few. We need a midfielder at the moment. We need someone in there that's going to, it's funny how we've got a young lad called Tom Cleverley who hasn't played, and funny enough, he's just come out in this season. It's almost like we miss him, and he only played sort of 5-6 games.
They
have missed him
because we were phenomenal first 5-6 games.
Creativity.
Well, you're going to have to let you go.
No,
you're a busy man. We know. So you've got the new single out now.
Yes.
The album, in case you didn't know, is out next week.
That's on Monday. Yep.
And the DVD that's out next week as well.
Yes, and I'm performing on the X Factor the weekend. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm
going to be doing the live show.
Performing on Sunday. So
brilliant. We'll be watching that.
Be cool.
Excellent.